All right, good morning, homeschool homies. We are here this morning with Megan Hansen. She's a veteran homeschool mom here to share about a business that she's created to help homeschool families within their comfort level of becoming a new homeschool family, and then also creating their curriculum and providing resources for their kids. So I'm going to let Megan introduce herself and tell us the name of her business and explain a little bit about what it does.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for having me, Sarah. I started Homeschool Spark because I've been homeschooling for 3 years, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy homeschooling my own kids and telling people about homeschooling and teaching them the ways that I do it. And now there's a lot of people who may come into homeschooling who may not have ever thought they would do it, and maybe will only be doing it temporarily, who just need a little bit of extra help. And so that's why I started this, to kind of help people along that path.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to see this as a resource for the community. I know I was looking around your website a little bit, which we will of course link to this YouTube video as well. But can you tell us just a couple? I know you have a plethora of services that you offer your families. Maybe the basics of what you offer and the cost and what that entails, and then maybe one or two other options, just to kind of give us an overview about what it is that you do.
Yeah, I have a few different packages just because I know people need a variety of help. Some people might just need the initial phone consult, which starts around $75. And that's an hour-long conversation with me about, answering all of your questions. And I also will ask you questions about your lifestyle. Maybe some people work part-time. Maybe they go to a co-op once a week. Maybe it's an only child who needs a lot of independent work, or a family with multiple children. Maybe they want to do a lot of workbooks. Maybe they want to do more project-based learning or unschooling. And so we just talk about all of that stuff. And then after the conversation, I type up detailed notes and ideas and a sample routine for their family. Maybe, not a detailed schedule by the hour, but just a sample routine of like, look, this is what your life could look like if you decide to go on this path. And that's helpful for customizing for your family, because you can't just go on a blog and read somebody else's schedule. Because it doesn't work for you. I mean, what if you have,
That's true. Yeah.
you work on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or your kids don't your kids don't wake up until 10 o'clock in the morning, so you can't do stuff at 7, So I like customizing it for you and making people realize like it's hard and overwhelming for sure at first, but it's doable and possible. So that's what you get with just that first initial package. And also I'll do a little bit of curriculum research for you. Obviously that's something people can do on their own if you have a computer and Google, but a lot of people don't know where to start. So I'll give people a list of some of my favorites, some that I think will work for them, and then they can look more into those curriculum themselves, but at least they have a starting point. And then the packages, there's a lot of mid-range things in between there, and then it goes all the way up to me planning almost all of your lessons for an entire month, buying supplies for you, dropping them off at your house. And if people go on the website and they don't see exactly what they need, I mean, they can feel free to contact me and we can customize something, to fit exactly what they need for their family, if none of the packages look like a good fit.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, I have a couple questions for you. Sure. Is there an age range or grade level that you're more comfortable with providing this support for, or are you offering it all the way from pre-K through high school?
Yeah, that's a great question, and something I've been meaning to add to the website. I mean, this is all very new. I started it last week or the week before. And I definitely feel more comfortable with the elementary grades, pre-K to elementary, because those are the ages of my own kids, and those are the ages I taught when I was a teacher. I would encourage people with older kids to go ahead and contact me if they want, and we can talk without, payment or anything, talk about their needs and see if I can fulfill those.
Okay, wonderful. And then, I, as hip homeschool, man, there's too many homeschool groups flying through my head. Okay, homeschool homies, we kind of view ourselves as this general broad support that is connecting families and guardians of kids that are going to be homeschooling into their path and what is going to help them succeed. And of course, we feel like you're one of those resources. But another resource that we're trying to get people connected to are some of the wonderful Facebook groups that are all over our state. We have support groups for the west side of Albuquerque Homeschool Resource. There's Farmington Homeschool Families. There's a support group up in Raton. There's support groups in Cruces. I mean, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
These groups are fantastic resources to be able to reach out to the community, ask your questions, and get feedback. Now, I want to know what the difference is between going on a Facebook page and asking these questions, like, what is the best curriculum for my child? And what's the difference between asking that question on a group and asking that question to you? Because I know that there is a difference, and I'd love to hear your point of view on that.
Yeah, that's a great question. There are lots of people out there where, a forum or a Facebook group or blogs or YouTube videos are plenty for people, and that's all they need because they want to do their own research and they just want to figure it out themselves. But the difference is with what I do is really like what I explained in the packages, is customizing it for your family and also holding your hand a little bit through it a little bit more. So after that phone consultation, like I talked about, you also get a lot of check-ins with me. Tell me what's working, what's not working. Maybe we can make adjustments. So that's the biggest difference, is just the detail. It's not just like, hey, this is a really good curriculum, check it out. Maybe if I suggest a list of curriculum to you after our consultation and you decide on one, then I make you that 2-week or 4-week schedule customized to your family. And a lot of times curriculum will give you daily schedules, like, hey, do this on Monday, do this on Tuesday. But what I do personally with my own family is I might have a language arts curriculum, a math curriculum, a project idea going on in my head. And how do I logistically fit that into a day with 2 kids, 2 different ages, and a dentist appointment, and grocery shopping, and holidays and birthdays and all this other stuff. So I will sit down after I've talked about your family.
Don't hide your mom life, Megan. It's okay. We hear the kids, we hear the phone. It's totally fine. We are all there.
They're coming in
totally fine.
They're being very
We're just chatting. No big deal.
But so I'll sit down and say, okay, on Monday, do this lesson from this curriculum that you chose. And then on Tuesday, do this one. And then I'm also very realistic. I mean, I sit down and I make a schedule for myself like that. And we do not do that project on Monday because we are all grumpy and, or whatever, or everybody sleeps
so true, yes.
Yeah. So then that's okay. So I'll talk about that with you too. But it's nice to have a guide and a routine to at least fall back on when you need it. And so that's the difference, is really giving you that extra help, that detailed help, customized help, which I think some people need who never thought they would homeschool.
So true, yeah.
And are used to their kids being in school and used to the teacher planning this stuff for them. Or people who work, a lot of people are still working part-time, but they don't want to send their kids to school this year. And so they don't have time to be researching curriculum and planning out their days and making sure a lot of people are worried their kids are going to fall behind academically because they're probably going to put them back in school next year when all these things calm down. So that's a difference.
Well, I think that that's wonderful, and I think what you're doing for the community is absolutely fabulous. And I'm glad that we could take some time to share that with our homeschool homies this morning. So before we leave, I definitely want you to share your contact information, whatever that is, whether it be the website or your phone number or whatever you're giving to the community. But go ahead and share it on here, and then I'll make sure I share it on our avenues as well.
All right. I would say right now the easiest thing is to look up Homeschool Spark on Facebook, because like I said, this is all very new. I have a website, but I need to purchase a domain. So spouting off a very long domain right now won't work, but maybe if you guys can link it
Sure.
On YouTube, and then, but yeah, Homeschool Spark on Facebook.
Okay, perfect. Well, I will make sure I link the Facebook page, the website, and we appreciate your time this morning. And if anybody has any questions, be sure to look up Homeschool Spark. We're excited to have Megan as part of the community, as guiding these new families into their adventure of homeschooling. Thank you,
All right.
Megan, for coming this
Thank you so
morning.
much. Bye.
Yeah, have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.